kindly fill out the green form. It's against the wall here. Just a couple of comments. Concerns about individual students and personnel issues are not appropriate in this meeting. And if you come up and start addressing those, I will ask you, it'll be shut down and you'll have to address it to the right person and we will tell you who that person is. Any personal attacks against other people will not be present in this meeting and is not appropriate and will be ruled out of order. We're trying to, be a model for our youth and community, sharing ideas with kindness and civility. You get 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'll raise you my hand. You have 30 seconds to finish, and then you'll go on to the next speaker. So, first person, Connor. Connor, you have 3 minutes. Thank you.
Hello and good evening, members of the Oak Creek School Board. My name is Connor Rossi, and I'm currently a senior at Oak Creek High School. I am here tonight to talk about some of the concerns I have about the AB schedule for the coming year. One of my primary concerns is that this new scheduling shift will hinder student opportunities in the math pathway. For example, many careers require calculus, and for many students, it is one of the most challenging courses they will need to take. Our school gives students the wonderful opportunity to get that taken care of in high school by being able to double up on math, so take one class first semester and the following course second semester. If math is only offered on AB days, students will be unable to complete all the prerequisite courses for a math class like Calc 3 or differential equations. And depending on where they start, like if they start in pre-algebra, potentially any of the AP calculus courses at all. Also, speaking on the English side of things, if you are a senior and you're working on your last English credit and something horrible happens, like a massive illness or surgery, and you fail that English course from no real fault of your own, with how the schedule is currently set up, you can always take it next semester, but with the AB scheduling, you would be so far behind that you would be unable to catch up and get that English credit. And then you would become a super senior or need to halt graduation to do summer school. Although I can admit there are some benefits for students in knowledge retention with having a cohesive education, this new plan fails to account for the students that really want to take advantage of that our school has to offer them, and it potentially could make that last bit of graduation requirements unobtainable. Thank you for your time, and I hope you will consider some adapted plan which takes into account the educational needs of all students.
Thank you. David Lewis. David, you have 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm here today to speak in regards to the non-response from the school board when we're reaching out. I understand they have a time limit in which they're supposed to respond to inquiries from the school board. It's not occurring. And then, I follow the chain of command, go through the school, meet with the principal, everybody there, and then things go to the school board. I've been to the school board multiple times, left my contact information, I've sent emails. They went far beyond the time frame in which I should have been contacted by the school board. It's not happening. This is causing significant issues in my life outside the school, also with my child inside of the school. The needs are not being addressed, and I don't know.
Second, Mr. Okay. So we'll have Andre reach out to you.
Again, that I've went through all of those chains. I'm here. I'm saying that's not occurring how it should be occurring.
Okay. The problem is it's not on this agenda item, your individual comments, so we're going to have a separate conversation, or can you email the board members?
Done that too. No response.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't received it. I don't know if anybody else, but.
The lady I reached out to the Brianna Allen Kaiser, no response.
I apologize. She's ill today. I have not heard it back from anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to reach and send an email to the rest of the board members, then obviously that conversation will come from after that. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. Dominic Johnson. You got 3 minutes.
Hello, my name is Dominique Johnson. I don't have anything written out, but I'm here for the same concerns as Mr. Lewis. I've had situations with my daughters. I've contacted.
So excuse me, again, it's not on the agenda item. So whatever, did you start with the principal?
I did.
Okay. So if you email the board, all the board members, and we'll respond from there.
The board, meaning someone at the school board?
Correct.
I've actually did a walk-in. I did a few walk-ins. I've left my contact information.
And these individual people here.
Okay, so.
We're the board members here.
Okay.
So if you email us, then that response and that conversation will come in place.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, so outside of the school board.
We are the school board.
Okay, because I've came in and I've spoke to someone.
Yeah. We don't have offices like at the district office. You probably walked in and talked to Dan, the superintendent, or Megan.
It was
whatever.
it was a woman at the school board, and my thing is, I wouldn't have even knew, because we're new to the district. We've only been here about 4 years. I wouldn't even knew to email you guys, because no one's at the school board saying any of that. No one's saying, well, here's a separate person that you can speak to. We're busy. I've left emails, or I left phone calls. I went in and spoke to the principals. They're at another school now, and I'm now it's a repetitive pattern. So I just think we need to do better at listening to the parents, because.
Okay, hold on, ma'am. Again, it's not on the agenda item, so we can't talk about this here. So if you email the board members, there's 7 of us, okay? And then we'll respond to you on what the next steps is going to be, if that makes sense, okay? Thank you. Bill McIntosh? You have 3 minutes.
Hello, my name is William McIntosh, and I'm here to talk about stuff I've been saying about open enrollment for like the last 2 years now. As a concerned taxpayer, that this is becoming more and more of a problem here in our district. Back in 23-24, according to the DPI, them were the numbers that I could get off of their website. The education cost per student in Oak Creek was $11,758. The district cost per student was $16,488 in 23-24. Now that cost is about $17,500 this year, and projected to be over $18,000 statewide on an average next year, and beyond that, $19,000 per student. We continually are declining in our enrollment, and then we keep bringing in open enrollment to fill this gap, or to pay for some of our budget shortfalls, and that's not going to be able to be sustained. So what I would like to say is, over the past 5 years, total resident enrollment has been declining. During that same period, the share of open enrollment students has grown to approximately 13.5% of the total enrollment. Open enrollment students bring state aid, but they do not contribute to local property tax funding, which is the primary source for facilities, referenda, approved projects, and budget shortfalls. The $10,100 that each student is getting this year, that brings us to Oak Creek, does not pay the total district cost of education. The Oak Creek Franklin taxpayers are left to fill that gap. Additionally, special education costs are only partially reimbursed by the state, requiring the general fund to cover the remainder. Financial data from DPI shows that per student spending consistently exceeds per student revenue. That's why we're cutting courses, closing Empower academies, cutting teachers' pay, HRAs, shut this down. And you asked last month, how many more things can we put on hold because we don't have the money? That's what that's creating, and we have to do better than that. So, as open enrollment grows, whether resident or open, this structural gap increases, impeding class sizes, elective options, and student support services, and stretches our teaching staff to extreme levels. They're already at extreme levels. Our resident students do not benefit from this. We should be asking the question, how does such a large amount of open enrollment students benefit the students who call this district home? Thank you.
All right. Gene Hidler. 3 minutes.
You. I want to address item number 4, board meeting and operating norms, bullet point 4, bullet point 6, and bullet point 12. 4 states transparently conduct the business of the district. 6 states the board president, vice president, or superintendent designee, when appropriate, may respond to any and all official and public inquiries directed to the full board within 3 business days, providing official statements and responses on behalf of the full board. Number 12, strives to create and maintain a board culture that promotes respect, understanding, collaboration, and standards of professional conduct at all times. So this evening, you did have several parents that stood before me to try to communicate to you all that they are having concerns regarding to respect, understanding, collaboration, and a standard of professionalism from the administration as well as members of the school board. And I think you all really should be respectful because there's a lot going on in our community that you as a school board are not addressing. And unfortunately, I was hoping that you all would be respectful tonight, knowing that many people came here with a heavy heart. You didn't have a moment of silence for a student that is no longer with us. And you've been very disrespectful, board chairman. You cut off people. They only get 3 minutes. And I really think you need to reevaluate all of your positions on this board right now with what's going on in this community right now. I want to address something one of the other parents tried to address to you all. I wrote all of you a letter September 11th at 10:24 a.m. I copied the media. I copied other parents. I copied my colleague, Mr. McIntosh, to make sure you all got it. To date, this is about 4 months as of yesterday, I haven't heard from any of you. Not one response to my email. That's why I'm running for school board, because you all are not taking your position serious. And I'm tired of it. The disrespect has to stop today. Now, I am very upset with the superintendent as well, because I requested public records on December 22nd. I paid a fee of $177 and some change, and I still don't have my records. Please explain to me why not. Thank you.
Patrice McCoy.
Hi, my name is Patrice McCoy, and I understand that, again, that you're just going to probably say the same thing, that this is not the time for it. But when can it be the time for it to address the issues that's in the school?
Just individual stuff?
Just like, it's just...
Okay. First of all, I'm talking just as an individual. People from the crowd, it's a whole different thing. So you have to email. This is the board. We don't have offices in the district office. So when they said they walked in the district office, none of these board members were there. Okay?
No, and I understand.
So I'm just making the process. So if you email us, then we'll respond saying, okay, so the process is, I don't know what, if your child, if you have a child that goes to
I have
school.
multiple kids in multiple aspects of different schools
So
here.
whatever school is, it usually starts with the principal. It doesn't go to the principal, then it goes to Megan. If it doesn't go to Megan, then it goes to then eventually goes to Dan, who's the superintendent. And then if it doesn't, I'm still 1 second. If you're not satisfied with that, then it comes to the board members. So you would email one of the 7 board members or all the board members.
Respectfully,
Yeah.
Okay, when I was talking, you cut me off and you told me to hold up. So, and I did that, but you want me to stop talking when you're talking. So you got to put some respect both ways. But however, if I'm going to the school, I done went from the teacher, the dean, the principal, the assistant superintendent, like, where else can we go? And if we done did that, and I understand that you don't have a spot in the office, we don't know. It should be, it's no like billboard to say, well, if you can't reach this, contact such and such a board. We don't know this information. So if the information is not known, how will we know?
Yeah, so apologize for the confusion. So what you're telling me, because we can't, it's on this agenda item, so I have to follow the rules on this. But because, ma'am, so if it's not on the agenda item, then what I'm saying is, we can't discuss this.
Okay, so how can we make it an agenda item?
I mean, you can, again, email the board members.
Okay.
So if you go to our district website, you'll see all our emails. If you want to email all of us, and then we'll respond to you on that conversation.
So next
And then the
month,
board-
we'll have this conversation.
Well, I couldn't tell, I can't answer that right now, because each case is different. What I can tell you is, then us as a board member is gonna go to Dan and saying, what's going on? And then him and his team, the executive team, has that conversation. So, okay?
Respectfully, I hear what you're saying, but respectfully, we're not getting nowhere because it seemed like the agenda is what you guys want it to be. It's not what the community wants to hear.
Again, we gotta have a separate
Okay,
conversation
thank you.
with Dan.
Have a
but
good
yeah,
day.
Thank you. All right, anybody else on there that wants to address the board?